So here we have the kit from Digi-Tails. LED panels, power wire, the harnesses for the panels. I'm going to assume that this is the LED relay. Grommets that I'm not going to use. The hardware needed to mount the panels to the lenses. Stuff that I'm not going to use. And instructions. And advertising. All right. So let's take a closer look at this. Pretty sure that you can download this and check it out. All I need is the last page that has the stencils for this step. Put this stuff away. So we have the passenger side right now. So this is the driver, and we're going to put this to the side. We're going to use a 5/32 bit and follow these templates. Ow. Careful, that thing is sharp. One used. Next one to the edge. To the inner first. So here's a close-up. This might actually work better if I do it this way. There we go. There we go. So now that I have drilled all the holes, I'm going to use some of this to just bring this back to shine, since I have it out and it's a lot easier to work with. And yeah. Close up to get an idea of the finish. So here's the result after maybe 5 minutes, if that, of polishing it by hand. Focus. Focus. So yeah, that was just a quick hand polishing. So now that I have polished this, I'm going to install the LED panels, but before that I want to clean the inside because it's a little dirty. So let's test fit this puppies. Ooh, look at that. Actually, let me. That is a pretty sweet panel. So I gotta give it to them on that. That is a really nice panel, but the installation seems to be a little lacking in the sense that you gotta make your own connections and all that. It should be a plug and play kit, but yeah, I guess I put the money into where it matters. So let's get the hardware. Give you this. Passenger right side, so upside down, that's going to be the left side. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, come on, buddy. There we go. I'm guessing since this is a nylon, they don't really care about it rubbing on the panel or anything. This hardware's plastic, by the way. Or, I mean, nylon. Wow, my nails got dirty real quick. Not sure if I want to put a dab of Loctite on these. That looks pretty sweet, as mentioned. Passenger left. Here to give you a close-up of what I got going on now. Bam. Let's look at the back side. So, complete change of plans. If I understand the circuitry correctly, you need to have signal from the opposite light going into the signal of the light that your turn signal is turning on. So either way, you need to have wires running between the lights and to the car. So using these is definitely not cleaner. One more hack job you got to do to get it in there is that you got to take off about 1/4 inch to get it in the hole. And that is stupid tight with 1/4 inch taken off. So what I've done so far is that I've laid out the lights as if they were on the car, and then I ran the wires in such a way that all my connections are to one here, and then I'm going to get the signal from one of them over here. So I'm going to put this here, and then I'm running the power signal, the constant power, through one of these weather packs. I didn't have a single, so I just used a double and done. So I just put the lights away. So I got the connection that's going to be on the driver's side and the power. I'm using the ground that comes off of the light, since that's the heavier side of it anyways. And then here's the 2 lights on the driver's side. The green wires go back from this side. There's no green wires going there, so the green wires are going back from this side this way, and then solder back together, and then this here is going to go to here, and that's going to be the one on this side, and that way I have the signal from the both without having to run extra wires and cleaning up the connection a little bit. I was thinking I should have gone with the step of putting these in the sockets and into the light, but then I would end up with a bunch of wires inside. So now, again, this is the driver's side. This is going to go to the passenger side. This one goes to get the signal from the passenger side. This goes to the lights. I'm going to leave the sockets behind the lights, and I'm just going to use those 2 and put a bunch of dielectric grease so it doesn't rust. So after wrapping it, this is the final result. Alright, so we're gonna just drop it through the little crack and go from there. It's pain in the ass connection. It's gonna be right there. What I'm gonna do is run this little orange wire through there and then catch it into the trunk. That way I don't have to drill an extra hole. So, quality control. I've been troubleshooting this thing for about 2 hours now, wasting my time. Come to realize that, come on, you focus. I don't know if you see that, but the orange wire is where the red wire, where the orange wire is supposed to be, or the black wire, I mean. So, very nice quality control. So after finding that one of the cables was switched on one of the panels from the people that make the panels, I just realized that these have the same issue. Before I connected everything, I checked that this was running. This was the secondary, and then this was ground. But then I checked on one of them, and this one ended up not being that way. So I just had to resolder all of these. And lucky me, the other one was fine. So yeah. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the installation video. All in all, this took roughly 3 hours. I did do it over 2 days because I had to think about how I wanted to do the wiring. I did not want to cut any wires. The original plan was to stuff the connectors into the lights and then drill a small hole and run the other wires out, but I ended up having to have 2 wires running from the passenger side light into the driver's side light and vice versa. So it ended up being easier just to make that extra harness with the wires that were provided, and then adding the one plug that connects to the trunk light. That right there is probably the only place, the only extra wire that you have to run, and that might be kind of a pain. Otherwise, like I said, 3 hours, clean installation, looks good. I'm a little upset in the sense that the quality control was bad because I spent roughly 3 hours troubleshooting, because at first I couldn't get them to line up. They were making no sense. One of the panels was dead, and ended up being that one of the wires was crossed on the panel. It's on the harness that goes from the panel to the connector extension. One of the wires was crossed. That's some bad quality control and Digi-Tails part, I guess. And then same goes for the manufacturer of the bulb adapters. 2 out of 4 had different polarities on the wires. So I guess I'm lucky enough or unlucky enough that I installed the ones that were nowhere near what the other 2 were. So I had to take the harness back out and resolder all of that. Otherwise, pretty straightforward. Looks good. Looks really good, actually. And anyways, that's it for this video. I would like to ask you to please subscribe and share with people, other people that may be interested in a G-body or Buick, whichever. Hopefully this turns into something. Thank you for watching.